Hey, Colabcoaching yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. Brand new week, week number 2 of the Gaslighting series. Gaslighting series, I know it has a negative connotation, but we're going to break this stuff down. So, without any further delay, the question slash thought I have for you this week is, are you the gaslighter in your relationships? Are you the gaslighter in your relationships? Now I know you thought this series was going to be about the people who were being gaslighted, and in a sense it is. But I want to shed some light to the people who are causing the issue versus the people who are suffering from the issue. We're going to talk about the people suffering a little bit later, like we talked about last week. But this week is dedicated to the gaslighters. And I know you may not even be watching this because if you are a gaslighter, you probably think that there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But I want to shed some light to the gaslighters. I don't think gaslighters are evil. I don't think gaslighters are terrible. I don't think gaslighters are in it for themselves only and solely, because I think they want to be in relationships too. I think they actually want to have successful relationships, but the way that they're going about it is not healthy. It is, in a sense, hurting them because they are confusing what a relationship is all about and what a relationship should be like. When you are so focused on yourself and you are so driven on just proving that you're right or proving that your feelings are right or making sure you're dominant, you're losing sight on the people that you're in a relationship with. And being a gaslighter takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy because not only are you trying to control yourself to control other people, but also you have to be constantly being aware of if that person is going to leave me, if that person is going to go against me, if that person is not choosing my side. That's stressful. That is stressful. So gaslighters, I know that you're stressed. I know that you're going through a lot of stuff. And I know that you may not see it, but you are slowly hurting your chances of having successful relationships because you choose to take control of the relationship rather than collaborate in the relationship. So let's break this down. As a gaslighter, of course, as we talked about last week, those are the people who tend to manipulate the situation. They tend to think that they're right. They tend to be dominant. They tend to not really take into account of people's feelings. And yeah, that could be narcissistic. You could be a narcissistic gaslighter. But most of the time, gaslighters are just in it to just prove that they are better and in leaders. They're better in what they feel is best for the other person. And in times, they tend to diminish how the other person feels or how what the other person is expressing. For you to realize that you are a gaslighter, you have to be aware of the other person and other people in your relationships. You have to be aware of how they're feeling, and you have to be aware of what's not working. Sometimes we can be blinded. That's not only gaslighters, but me in a relationship and other people in relationships. You can be blinded in what you want the relationship to look like and the agenda that you have for the relationship rather than consulting with the person that you're in a relationship with. Now, as you being a gaslighter, it is hindering you from actually seeing ways on how your relationship can grow, how it can mature, and how it can blossom. Most of the time, we stay stagnant in relationships because we only see a relationship in one way, your way. And that is why gaslighters are hurting relationships because they only see it their way and they don't even want to see it in someone else's way. It's like basically you are going through a tunnel and you only see the light and that's it. You don't see the surroundings. You don't see if someone's in the shadows. You don't see if someone is on trying to direct you in another way. You only have tunnel vision of what you think a relationship should be and you keep moving towards that. But in reality, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. No one in a relationship is perfect. No one in the relationship has everything the way they want it to be. You have to collaborate with other people. You have to see other people's point of views. As the old cliche is, you have to put yourself in other people's shoes to actually see how you can make the relationship better. Because what I may see, may not be what my significant other may see. And because they don't see it the same way, that's where conflict comes. Doesn't mean it's gonna be a full-blown argument, but that's where conflict comes. And that's why you have to sit down, listen, and seek understanding from that person to get their point of view and to basically see what is best for the relationship, not only for you. Not to say that you won't have times to be selfish. That's not saying that you won't have time for yourself. But what I'm saying is that if you want a successful relationship, if you want to have a relationship that is full of happiness, if you want a relationship that is just full of bliss, not to say perfect, not to say that you are going to have all the answers, because you won't, because you're still learning. You're still learning in a relationship. That's why two people in a relationship for a reason. You are collaborating with each other. You are working with each other. You're harmonizing with each other. So if you were the gaslighter and you think that your relationship is going to be successful because you want to take over it and you want to dominate in it and you want to show that you got the machismo, that you got the force, that you know what's right all the time, I'm here to tell you it's not gonna work. It's not. You may think it's gonna work for a little bit. You may think that the significant other is being submissive and they're confused and they have self-doubt and that's the winning formula to have a relationship. But I'm here to say eventually two things are gonna happen. One, that person leaves, or two, you get tired of the relationship because it's boring. Why would you want to be in a relationship with somebody that's just saying yes all the time? Why would you want to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't have a voice? Why would you want to be in a relationship with someone that's not trying to make you better? That's just trying to just follow your lead? Why would you want to be in a relationship with someone that's just saying yes to you and not explaining why they're saying yes to you? Or why they agree or disagree with you? That's not a healthy relationship. That's a boring relationship. You don't want to have a boring relationship. As a gaslighter that thinks that they're going to have everything their way, it's going to be boring. If that person doesn't leave, that person has to build the courage to leave you, you are going to be bored. And then you're going to go to another person, then do the same thing, be bored, not have successful relationships, go to the next relationship, same thing, be bored, not have successful relationships. What are you doing? You're in a cycle of not only hate and manipulation and confusion and self-doubt and domination and submission, but you're in a cycle of boredom and unsuccessful relationships. As a gaslighter, don't be that person. Break free from the label of being a gaslighter so you can see what a healthy relationship looks like. So, put it as simple as possible. Are you the gaslighter in your relationships? If you're the gaslighter in your relationships are only going to go two ways. Either the person that you're in a relationship with is going to leave you because they're going to get tired of you, or you're going to get tired of the relationship because the relationship is boring. As a gaslighter, you are only fueling the boredom in your relationship. You need someone to collaborate with. You need someone to grow with. You need someone to challenge you and to help you become a better person, to tell you that you're wrong and to help you. No one is perfect in relationships. If you want to be a gaslighter, I can assure you this one thing. You will not have a healthy relationship, because healthy relationships are not about domination. Healthy relationships are not about submission. Healthy relationships are not about manipulation. Healthy relationships are not about having confusion. Healthy relationships are not about you being right all the time. You have to collaborate with someone. You have to work with someone. You have to love someone to have a successful relationship. A gaslighter cannot have that. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with this, message me. My website, yourcolabcoach.com. Fill out that relationship checklist. Also, sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session. Facebook Collab Coaching, Instagram Collab Coaching. All my series and my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Also, beautiful book that I wrote, Fresh Eyes Solve Problems Easier, the self-love relationship journey, relationship checklist, whatever you want to call it. It's there for you to just talk about my journey as I went into self-love and things that I learned that will hopefully help you. Amazon, Barnes & Noble's, Dorn's publisher website is also on Audible. I did an audiobook version. It's on Lantern Audio. Write a review. Tell me what you think. People are still getting the book. People are still giving me feedback, positive feedback, and I love it. Someone told me that I should write a part 2 with examples of people that have successfully learned from the book, and I have a lot of that, so I can do that. So let me know what you think about it as well. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.